Welcome to 5 Minutes Learning YouTube channel. Do you know that the first item ever sold on eBay was a broken laser pointer for $14.83? When Omidyar contacted the buyer to make sure he knew it was broken, the buyer replied that he was a collector of broken laser pointers. Do you know that, according to Retailer.com, 50% of e-commerce sales were made through online marketplaces in 2019, and this number is expected to grow rapidly in the coming decade? However, like every major business disruption, the evolution of e-commerce has seen fierce competition and strategic battles between global players in a constantly shifting landscape. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating case that perfectly illustrates this: the story of how Alibaba's Taobao managed to outsmart and outperform eBay in China. This video discusses strategies for underdogs, those small players who find ways to thrive against seemingly unbeatable giants. In the early 2000s, eBay was the dominant player in China's e-commerce market, much like Amazon is in the United States today. Competing against such a formidable opponent seemed almost impossible. Yet, Alibaba's Taobao managed to do just that. By 2010, Taobao had become the top e-commerce platform in China, surpassing eBay and establishing itself as a major player. The story of Taobao's rise is not just about beating a big competitor. It's about understanding what the small player can do that the big player cannot easily replicate. This concept, referred to as strategies for underdogs. Join me as we explore how Taobao's innovative strategies and clever tactics allowed it to outmaneuver eBay, competing as a smaller player against a big platform. The big question is really how a smaller player competes against a giant platform. This theme is thoroughly explored in this video, as big platforms benefit from what we call network effects. Network effects make a platform or product more valuable as more people use it. For example, if you were the only person on Facebook, the experience would be dull. But as more people join, the platform becomes increasingly valuable. So, how can a smaller player catch up when a big platform is already so far ahead? The Taobao versus eBay story in China provides an insightful exploration of this challenge. Taobao used two main strategies that I see in many other markets to compete effectively. 1. Increasing willingness to pay. The first idea revolves around increasing customers' willingness to pay. Willingness to pay is a key strategic variable, representing the maximum amount a customer is willing to pay for a product or service. For big platforms benefiting from network effects, this willingness is naturally elevated, regardless of the service quality or platform attractiveness. Smaller players need to think creatively about how to increase their customers' willingness to pay without the benefit of scale. If an idea involves significant fixed costs, it's not a good candidate for competing against a big platform, as the giant can spread these costs more effectively. 2. Low-cost, high-impact strategies. Taobao implemented a range of low-cost or variable cost ideas that didn't give the big platform an advantage in imitation. For instance, Taobao provided free listings to sellers, contrasting with eBay's fee-based model. This approach lowered barriers for small sellers, attracting a large base quickly. Taobao also focused on localizing its platform to cater specifically to Chinese users, offering features and services tailored to their preferences, which eBay struggled to match. By understanding the dynamics of network effects and strategically increasing willingness to pay through low-cost initiatives, Taobao managed to outmaneuver eBay and eventually dominate the Chinese e-commerce market. This story serves as a powerful lesson for any small player looking to compete against a seemingly unbeatable giant. Introducing Alibaba and Jack Ma. Alibaba started as a B2B business that allowed small and medium-sized Chinese companies to sell online. This was crucial for Chinese businesses, especially when reaching international markets. At the time, it was challenging for these companies to connect with overseas customers, and Alibaba played a significant role in changing that. Jack Ma, originally a teacher, founded Alibaba. Under his leadership, Alibaba facilitated a massive shift in how Chinese companies approached exports, significantly impacting the Chinese economy. Initially, eBay and Alibaba operated in different spheres, with eBay focusing on consumer sales in the US and Alibaba on B2B transactions. The emergence of Taobao. The turning point came when eBay started gaining power in China. Power sellers acted as middlemen, blending characteristics of both individual customers and B2B businesses. Jack Ma saw this as a threat to Alibaba's domain and decided to respond. During the SARS epidemic, Ma and his team, confined to his apartment due to the outbreak, decided to create Taobao. Taobao, which means hunting for treasures, was developed to compete directly with eBay in the consumer-to-consumer (C2C) market. Despite eBay holding an 85% market share at the time, Ma was determined to challenge them. The case of Taobao against eBay provides valuable insights into how smaller platforms can compete with established giants. One key strategy is to focus on increasing customers' willingness to pay without the benefit of scale. Alibaba implemented a variety of low-cost, high-impact ideas that didn't give eBay an advantage if they tried to imitate. Taobao's success can be attributed to its innovative approach to building trust among near customers, people who were almost ready to buy online but had reservations. This group was hesitant due to concerns about giving out financial information, receiving the wrong or broken products, or not receiving their orders at all. Taobao introduced features specifically designed to address these concerns and build trust. By doing so, they didn't directly compete for eBay's existing customers but instead targeted a new segment. This approach allowed Taobao to grow its market without directly confronting eBay's stronghold. The strategy of focusing on nearby customers and building trust paid off. The market Taobao targeted turned out to be much larger and more significant than eBay's. As a result, eBay eventually exited the Chinese market, unable to compete with Taobao's tailored approach. eBay's Optimism in China. When Meg Whitman, then CEO of eBay, looked at the China market, she saw a land of opportunity. eBay had already successfully expanded into the European market, and China seemed like the next logical step. They began with a minority investment in a local company founded by two Harvard Business School graduates, who had a deep understanding of the Chinese market. Eventually, eBay took over this company, feeling confident about their prospects. Everything seemed perfect for eBay in China. With local founders who understood the market and an 85% market share, eBay felt poised for success. Whitman was publicly optimistic, declaring that China was eBay's market. At that time, there seemed to be no significant competition in sight. eBay believed they had the advantage, primarily due to their extensive network effects, a key factor that made their platform more valuable as more people used it. However, an interesting dynamic was at play. While eBay focused on their existing customers, Taobao targeted near customers, those who were almost ready to buy online but had reservations. These potential customers were not immediately visible in eBay's data, making it difficult for eBay to realize the growing threat. Taobao's strategy involved building trust and addressing the concerns of these nearby customers, thus slowly but steadily increasing their user base. As Taobao's customer base grew, the network effects, which had initially protected eBay, began to work against them. Taobao reached a point where its network was larger, making it more valuable and attractive to users. By the time eBay recognized the scale of Taobao's success, it was too late. Taobao had effectively leveraged network effects to their advantage, overtaking eBay in the market. Key lessons: alternative strategies and near customers. The case of eBay and Taobao highlights two crucial strategic ideas. First, when competing against a platform with strong network effects, a smaller player must find alternative ways to build willingness to pay. This needs to be done in a cost-effective manner, utilizing strategies that don't rely on large fixed costs. Second, targeting nearby customers can be a highly effective approach. These customers are easier to attract and often overlooked by larger competitors. By focusing on building trust and addressing specific concerns, a smaller player can gradually build a loyal customer base without directly confronting the incumbent's primary users. The importance of local knowledge. In understanding the success of Taobao over eBay in China, the importance of local knowledge cannot be overstated. Taobao, being a Chinese company, had an intrinsic understanding of the culture, buying habits, and preferences of Chinese consumers. This local knowledge played a pivotal role in their strategy and ultimate success. Learning from past mistakes. eBay in Japan. Before entering the Chinese market, eBay had already faced challenges in Japan. Despite their global success, they struck out in Japan due to a lack of local understanding. The Japanese market had unique characteristics that eBay did not fully grasp. For example, while eBay was accustomed to transactions via credit cards, Japanese consumers preferred cash on demand. Additionally, eBay's model of selling used products didn't resonate in Japan, where consumers were more interested in new products. Strategic learning and adaptation. Reflecting on their failure in Japan, eBay made a strategic move when entering China. They decided to acquire a local business that already had 85% market share. This business was founded by individuals who had deep local knowledge and understood the nuances of the Chinese market. By doing so, eBay believed they were combining the power of network effects with invaluable local insights, positioning themselves for success. The strategy seemed flawless. By acquiring a company with a significant market share, eBay aimed to leverage network effects, which are critical for platforms to succeed. Network effects mean that the platform becomes more valuable as more people use it. Coupled with the local knowledge of the acquired company, eBay appeared to have all the ingredients for dominance in China. However, despite their strategic acquisition, eBay was not prepared for the innovative tactics employed by their rival, Taobao. Taobao's deep understanding of the local market allowed them to implement smart strategies that eBay couldn't easily counter. They targeted, near customers, those who were almost ready to buy online but had some reservations. Taobao built trust with these customers through various features, increasing their willingness to pay and slowly capturing a larger market share. Strategic decisions that shaped Taobao's success. When Alibaba launched Taobao to compete against eBay in China, several strategic decisions were crucial to its success. These early moves not only differentiated Taobao but also directly addressed the needs and concerns of Chinese consumers, helping the platform gain traction quickly. Mimicking Chinese department stores. One of the first major decisions was to design the Taobao website to mirror the layout of Chinese department stores. This was a strategic call aimed at catering to, near customers, people who were hesitant about buying online. By organizing the website in a familiar way, Taobao made the online shopping experience less intimidating for these potential customers. When users visited the site, they found it easy to navigate because it resembled the physical stores they were accustomed to, thereby reducing the barrier to entry and increasing their willingness to buy. Creation of Alipay. Another critical move was the creation of Alipay, an escrow service that revolutionized online payments in China. In the early 2000s, the internet was still relatively new, and there was a significant lack of trust among consumers. People were worried about paying for products online and not receiving them or receiving damaged goods. Alipay addressed this concern by holding the payment in escrow until the buyer confirmed receipt of the product. This significantly boosted consumer confidence in online transactions, making it a cornerstone of Taobao's success. In strategic terms, Alipay acted as a complement to Taobao's main business. A complement is a product or service that increases the value of another product. By providing a reliable payment solution, Alipay increased the attractiveness of Taobao. However, Alibaba had a crucial decision to make regarding Alipay. Should it be exclusive to Taobao or available to the entire market? After much internal debate, Alibaba decided to make Alipay available to everyone. This decision had two major effects. First, it helped build trust in online transactions across the entire Chinese e-commerce market, not just for Taobao. Second, it allowed Alipay to grow into a massive financial services business. By providing a service that benefited all market players, Alibaba contributed to the overall growth of the Chinese e-commerce sector, indirectly benefiting Taobao as well. Analogies and broader implications. To understand the strategic importance of this decision, consider an analogy with Tesla's superchargers. Tesla had to decide whether to make their superchargers exclusive to Tesla cars or available to all electric vehicles. By choosing to make them universally available, Tesla helped expand the market for electric vehicles, even though it meant giving up a potential competitive advantage. Similarly, Alibaba's choice to open Alipay to the entire market fueled the growth of online shopping in China. While this move may have diluted Alipay's exclusivity to Taobao, it significantly accelerated the adoption of e-commerce, ultimately benefiting Alibaba's broader ecosystem. Learning from PayPal. The power of complements. The strategic use of Alipay by Alibaba can be compared to how eBay leveraged PayPal. These examples highlight the importance of complements in creating competitive advantages and driving growth. PayPal and eBay, a complementary success story. When eBay acquired PayPal, it was a strategic move to enhance its platform with a crucial complement. PayPal started as a payment solution for eBay transactions, providing a secure and easy way for users to handle payments. Over time, PayPal grew beyond eBay and became a widely accepted payment method across various platforms and online stores. The success of PayPal as a complement highlights a critical decision companies face: whether to keep a complementary service in-house or allow it to be used across multiple entities. By acquiring PayPal, eBay initially kept the service in-house, which helped boost the value of its platform. However, as PayPal expanded its reach, it grew into a standalone powerhouse, benefiting from network effects and increasing its user base across the Internet. Amazon and Alibaba, ecosystems of complements. Both Amazon and Alibaba have followed similar strategies by creating extensive ecosystems of complementary services. For Amazon, this includes Amazon Web Services, Oz, Prime memberships, and various other services that enhance the core e-commerce platform. For Alibaba, Alipay is just one of many services within a broader ecosystem that includes cloud computing, logistics, and digital entertainment. These ecosystems allow companies to shift profit pools among different areas, ensuring sustained growth and resilience in the face of market changes. By continuously developing and integrating new complements, these companies stay ahead of competitors and provide added value to their customers. Strategic calls and the example of Taobao. Alibaba's Taobao is a prime example of an underdog successfully competing against a giant like eBay. Here are some strategic decisions that shaped its trajectory. 1. Localization. Taobao organized its website like Chinese department stores, making it familiar and user-friendly for Chinese consumers. This approach catered to near customers who were hesitant to buy online. 2. Trust building. The creation of Alipay, an escrow service, addressed trust issues by ensuring that sellers weren't paid until buyers confirmed receipt of the product. This built confidence in the platform among new users. Strategic moves and customer reactions. Initial attempts. Zero fees to gain traction. As a small platform trying to gain a foothold, Taobao initially offered services for free. Charging fees right from the start would have made it difficult to attract users, especially with a giant like eBay in the market. However, after eBay exited China, Taobao faced the critical challenge of figuring out how to generate revenue. The challenge: monetization amid suspicion. This challenge was particularly pressing because Alibaba, Taobao's parent company, was publicly traded in Hong Kong, while Taobao itself was privately held in China. Writing checks to a private entity can raise shareholder suspicions and put pressure on the company to justify its spending and revenue strategies. The auction model, a unique approach. Taobao's first significant attempt to monetize involved auctioning off spots on its website, somewhat mirroring Google's ad model but with a twist. Sellers would bid for visibility, but they only paid if their ads led to actual sales. This was an innovative approach, ensuring that sellers only incurred costs when they benefited directly from increased sales. Customer backlash and market insight. As is often the case with internet businesses, raising prices led to significant backlash. Many users were unhappy with the new fees. However, a closer look at the data revealed that about 40% of the market actually supported the new model. These users believed that companies bidding high in the auctions tended to offer higher quality products, even if they were more expensive. The birth of TMall. Seizing on this insight, Taobao created TMall, a new platform offering higher-priced, higher-quality products. This move cleverly segmented the market, catering to customers willing to pay more for better quality while providing a clear and lucrative monetization path. TMall allowed Taobao to charge sellers on the market side, which significantly boosted the company's financial success. Financial breakthrough. This strategic pivot to TMall represented a major financial breakthrough for Taobao. By interpreting customer data smartly and understanding market preferences, Taobao found a sustainable monetization model that balanced user satisfaction with revenue generation. This adaptation was crucial in solidifying Taobao's position in the market and ensuring its long-term viability and success.